Have you ever noticed how some people stay strong, active, and flexible well into their 70s, while others seem to shrink, ache, or slow down long before that? What if I told you that the difference isn't just genetics? It's knowledge. There are secrets about how your bones age that most doctors never mention, and they could completely change how you age from the inside out. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into what doctors never tell you about aging bones, the hidden truths that could be the difference between brittle, fragile bones and a body that stays strong, stable, and youthful for decades. You've probably heard the same advice over and over. Drink milk, take calcium, get some sunlight. But what if I told you that bone health is about so much more? In this video, we're uncovering how hormones, gut health, stress, sleep, and even your emotions secretly control how your skeleton ages, and how you can turn back the clock naturally. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know the simple, science-backed habits that actually rebuild bone density, boost flexibility, and slow down aging from the inside out. Before we jump in, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell, because I share weekly videos packed with health truths your doctor doesn't have time to tell you. And if you're ready to discover how to keep your bones strong, your posture tall, and your energy unstoppable, grab a notebook, because you're about to learn the secrets that could literally change how you age. All right, let's get started. Number 1, the hidden truth about how your bones really age. Have you ever wondered why some people stay agile into their 80s while others seem to shrink or become frail in their 50s? The truth is, our bones start aging long before we notice it. What most doctors don't tell you is that bone aging isn't just about losing calcium. It's a slow, complex process that involves your hormones, your metabolism, and even your gut health. By the time you hit your mid-30s, your bones quietly start losing density every year, but the symptoms are so subtle that they often go unnoticed for decades. What's really happening beneath the surface is a tug-of-war between two types of cells: osteoblasts, which build bone, and osteoclasts, which break it down. When you're younger, these two work in perfect balance, kind of like a construction crew constantly renovating your skeleton. But with age, the builders get lazy, and the demolishers take over. Stress, poor diet, lack of sleep, and certain medications can speed up that imbalance. The shocking part: doctors rarely explain how lifestyle factors outside of calcium intake affect this balance. And here's the kicker: bone density tests, the ones most people rely on, often don't catch the early stages of this decline. You can have significant bone weakening long before your scan shows any red flags. That's because those tests measure quantity, not quality. The internal structure of your bones, the tiny lattice-like framework that keeps them strong, can deteriorate quietly, making bones fragile even when the numbers on the screen look normal. Another thing doctors don't usually mention: inflammation plays a massive role in how fast your bones age. Chronic inflammation, triggered by processed foods, sugar, or even low-grade gut infections, tells your body to stay in breakdown mode. It's like constantly being under construction with no plan to rebuild. Over time, this inflammatory cycle accelerates bone loss, and since inflammation doesn't always cause pain, many people don't realize it's happening until it's too late. Finally, bone aging isn't just about the bones themselves. It's about your entire internal environment. Hormones like estrogen, testosterone, and even cortisol directly influence bone health. As these hormones fluctuate with age, especially during menopause or periods of chronic stress, bones become weaker faster. So when doctors say, "That's just part of aging," they're skipping the part where lifestyle and hormonal balance could drastically slow down that process. Number 2. The real role of nutrition, beyond calcium and vitamin D. We've all been told to drink milk for strong bones, right? But here's the truth. Calcium alone won't save your skeleton. In fact, taking too much calcium can sometimes do more harm than good. It can end up in your arteries instead of your bones, leading to stiff blood vessels and heart problems. The missing piece that most people don't hear about is how minerals and vitamins work together like a team. Without that teamwork, calcium can't do its job properly. For example, magnesium is like calcium's best friend, or its babysitter. It helps shuttle calcium into your bones and prevents it from settling in soft tissues. Without enough magnesium, you can actually create brittle bones instead of strong ones. Then there's vitamin K2, which acts like a traffic cop, directing calcium where it belongs. You can get it naturally from foods like natto, aged cheese, or egg yolks, but it's rarely mentioned in your average bone health conversation at the doctor's office. And what about protein? Most people think of protein as a muscle-building nutrient, but it's just as crucial for bones. Collagen, the protein matrix that gives bones flexibility and resilience, decreases with age. Without enough amino acids, especially glycine, proline, and lysine, your bones can become more prone to cracks and fractures. Collagen supplements and bone broths can help rebuild that structure from the inside out, but few doctors ever bring that up in a bone health plan. Then there's the gut connection, something the medical community has only recently started acknowledging. The bacteria in your gut help absorb and metabolize nutrients like calcium and magnesium. If your gut microbiome is out of balance due to antibiotics, stress, or poor diet, your bones pay the price. A healthy gut literally means healthier bones, yet most bone health advice focuses on pills and supplements rather than restoring your digestive balance. Lastly, hydration is the unsung hero of bone health. Bones aren't dry like chalk. They're living, hydrated tissues. Even mild dehydration can make your bones and joints more brittle over time. Mineral-rich water, herbal teas, and fresh fruits help maintain this hydration balance. So, while calcium and vitamin D are important, the real secret to youthful bones lies in a holistic nutrient network, one that most doctors simply don't have time to explain during a 10-minute appointment. Number 3. The exercise mistake that ages your bones faster. We all know that exercise is good for you, but not all exercise is good for your bones. Here's the part that rarely gets mentioned. Too much of the wrong kind of exercise can actually accelerate bone loss. Long, slow cardio sessions like running or cycling for hours can stress the joints and increase cortisol, your stress hormone, which in turn breaks down bone tissue. The irony is that many people who are trying to stay fit for bone health may be doing the opposite. The key to maintaining bone strength lies in impact and resistance. Your bones respond to stress, but only the right kind of stress. Weight-bearing exercises like squats, lunges, jumping, or even brisk walking signal your bones to rebuild themselves stronger. Think of it like training your skeleton the way you'd train a muscle. If you never challenge it, it gets weaker. If you overdo it without rest or variety, it breaks down faster. What doctors rarely mention is that bone responds best to dynamic loading, short bursts of strain, followed by recovery. That's why activities like dancing, hiking, and resistance training are so effective. They keep your bones guessing, forcing them to adapt. On the flip side, overdoing non-weight-bearing exercises like swimming might be great for your heart and muscles, but does little to strengthen bones because there's no gravity challenge involved. Posture training is another overlooked factor. As we age, the muscles that support our spine and hips start to weaken, leading to a stooped posture, what many people call the elderly hunch. But this isn't inevitable. It's often caused by muscle imbalances and neglected movement patterns. Simple daily movements like standing tall, practicing yoga poses, or even spending time walking barefoot on grass can retrain your nervous system to support your skeletal frame. And here's something most people never hear. Your bones are listening all the time. Even subtle physical activities like carrying groceries, gardening, or climbing stairs help maintain bone density. It's not about extreme workouts. It's about consistent, varied movement that mimics real life. The bottom line: you don't need to hit the gym for hours. You just need to keep reminding your bones that they're still needed. Number 4. A hormone connection doctors don't emphasize enough. Hormones are the silent architects of your bones, yet most bone health conversations barely mention them. Estrogen, for instance, is often discussed in the context of menopause, but few people realize how deeply it influences bone remodeling. When estrogen levels drop, osteoclasts, the bone breakdown cells, go into overdrive, leading to rapid loss of bone mass. This is why postmenopausal women are at higher risk of osteoporosis. But here's the thing: it's not just about estrogen. Testosterone, often labeled a male hormone, plays a huge role in maintaining bone density for both men and women. It stimulates osteoblast activity, the builders of bone. As men age and testosterone declines, their bones start thinning just as women's do. The problem is, doctors rarely test for or discuss testosterone in relation to bone health unless you bring it up yourself. Another key player is cortisol, your body's main stress hormone. Chronic stress keeps cortisol elevated, and high cortisol breaks down bone tissue to release minerals into the bloodstream. It's your body's way of preparing for fight or flight. But in today's non-stop stress culture, that survival mechanism becomes destructive. Most doctors will tell you to take calcium, but few will warn that chronic stress alone can undo years of good nutrition. Thyroid hormones are also major influencers. An overactive thyroid speeds up metabolism, which can cause your bones to lose minerals faster than they can replace them. Meanwhile, an underactive thyroid slows bone turnover, leading to weaker, less adaptable bone structure. Balancing thyroid health, therefore, is critical. Yet few patients connect their thyroid medication or fatigue symptoms to their bone density results. And let's not forget growth hormone and insulin-like growth factor, HGF-1, which decline with age. These hormones are essential for regenerating bone tissue, and they respond positively to sleep, fasting, and exercise. When you combine proper rest, strength training, and balanced hormones, your bones can actually regain density, even later in life. But since mainstream medicine often focuses on symptom management rather than root causes, the hormone-bone connection remains one of the best-kept secrets in aging science. Number 5. The forgotten daily habits that silently destroy your bones. You might not realize it, but your everyday habits can make or break your bone health, literally. Sitting for hours, for example, is one of the most bone-aging activities out there. When you sit too long, your body interprets it as not needing strong bones and starts breaking them down to conserve energy. That's why astronauts lose bone density in space. No gravity, no load, no reason for the body to maintain structure. The same thing happens, slowly, to people who spend their days at a desk. Smoking is another silent bone thief. It reduces blood flow to bone tissue and interferes with calcium absorption. Over time, smokers have up to a 40% higher risk of fractures than non-smokers. What's worse, smoking damages the collagen in your bones, making them more brittle. Alcohol, especially in excess, does something similar by disrupting hormone levels and nutrient absorption. Two key ingredients in bone maintenance that no doctor's handout about osteoporosis prevention really spells out. Sleep, or rather, lack of it, is another underestimated factor. Your body rebuilds bone tissue during deep sleep cycles, the same way it repairs muscles. If you're skimping on rest or constantly waking up at night, your body never gets the full repair window it needs. Add caffeine and blue light exposure from late-night screen time, and you've got a recipe for faster bone aging. Doctors might tell you to sleep more, but rarely emphasize that sleep is anabolic. It literally rebuilds you. Even your emotions play a role. Chronic anxiety, grief, or suppressed anger can keep your body in a low-grade fight or flight mode, pumping cortisol and acidifying your system. An acidic internal environment leaches minerals like calcium and magnesium from your bones in an attempt to neutralize pH. Practices like deep breathing, journaling, or walking in nature may sound simple, but they're powerful ways to restore balance and protect your bones from invisible stress damage. Finally, let's talk about one of the most overlooked habits: sunlight exposure. Vitamin D, which your skin produces from sunlight, isn't just about calcium absorption. It directly regulates bone-building cells and helps control inflammation. Yet many people live their lives indoors, covered in sunscreen or working late hours, effectively starving their bones of one of the most essential nutrients they need. Just 15 to 20 minutes of daily natural light can make a world of difference. In the end, it's not just age that weakens your bones. It's the accumulation of small, everyday choices that either nurture or neglect them. Conclusion. So now that you know the truth, aging bones aren't just about calcium, milk, or genetics. They're about hormones, inflammation, movement, and the tiny daily habits that quietly shape how your body ages. What doctors don't always have time to explain is that your bones are living, breathing tissue. They respond to how you eat, how you move, how you sleep, and even how you think. Every single choice you make is either rebuilding or breaking down your foundation. Here's the empowering part. It's never too late to start rebuilding. You can lift weights at 60, eat collagen-rich foods at 70, or start meditating at 80, and your bones will still respond. That's how adaptable your body really is. The secret isn't in expensive supplements or miracle pills. It's in consistency, awareness, and lifestyle. Little changes like better sleep, mindful movement, and real nutrition can make a massive difference over time. So if this video opened your eyes to what's really going on beneath your skin, do something powerful right now. Start applying what you've learned today. Stand taller, stretch more, eat smarter, stress less. Because every moment you invest in your bones is an investment in your independence, your mobility, and your quality of life. And hey, if you found this video valuable, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another episode packed with health truths that could transform your future. Share this video with someone you love, especially if they think bone loss is just part of getting old. Together, we can break that myth and build stronger, healthier bodies for life. Thanks for watching. And remember, your bones are your foundation. Treat them like gold.